Okay. We live?
We are live.
All right. This is Dan alongside
Phil.
And this is Random
Roast. Actually, we're not gonna. Guys, we're just a little excited about that, but that's not the official intro. But it was cute. I think it was kind of cute.
I was hugging myself as I said that.
So, Dan, what do we have today to roast? What are we roasting? The roastage.
We are roasting Disneyland and the prices that has consumed our pocketbooks as we enter their amusement park.
Huh.
And then we're talking about politicians. We're not going to get political about it, but we're going to be talking about...
Yeah. No politics.
Yeah, but we're going to be talking about the words they use, the slang that's been changing in their vocabulary, their vernacular is adjusting to the times.
Okay.
And lastly, we're going to talk about the vegan burger.
Are you talking about those like Impossible burgers, the Beyond Burgers?
That is true. I mean, I've been seeing that more and more, and I think you know a little bit more about that than I do.
Yeah, actually. So let's get started.
What you want to start with?
Let's talk about Disneyland, because I mean that's probably been around almost the longest, right?
It's been around for about since 71.
So
okay. it's approaching 50 years, a couple more years from now.
Okay, so let's unpack this. So this is basically like price, right? This is the price sensitivity.
Yeah, so I looked up how much Disneyland is now versus in the past, and I've calculated with the rate of inflation on top of it. Because, the prices back in the day, your old people that you hang out with, that you might be associated with, always say, back in my day, it cost this, but how much does that really compare to today?
Right.
So I checked that out. So back when Disneyland opened in 1971, it was $3.50 to get in, which calculates to about $22 to get in today.
Huh.
So my main point of why I wanted to check this out was like, when did Disneyland become so expensive? Because it's a crazy expensive. I'll tell you how much it is now at the end of my calculation math formula.
I want a percentage. I want a percentage when you're done. I want the percentage of the increase.
All right, I could do that. So in 10 years later, I did 10-year increments just so it's easy to flow. In 1981, it costs $9.50, which equals $26.05. So in real life, even though it almost tripled dollar-wise from 71 to 81, inflation-wise, it only went up $4. So what that means is the rate of inflation in the 70s was low.
Okay.
So in 91, 10 years later, it went up to $33.
Okay.
And inflation price, that's $62.71. So from 81 to 91, it more than doubled. So double of that would have been 52. So add 10 more bucks to that. So it went up like 140%.
Jeez.
And in 2001, it went up to $48, which equals $72. So again, that not a huge jump. It's another $8. That's less than $1 a year. All right, I could live with that.
Okay.
And then in 2011, $85.
Are you serious?
$85, which equals today $96. So that's when you're about to hit triple digits now. And now today, as of 2019, it's $125 to get in.
Dude, I have not been to Disneyland in like legit 13 years or something like that. I cannot believe it's that expensive.
So $125. So let's say you and I go to Disneyland, that's $250 plus parking, which is at a minimum $20. So let's say you go with your girl.
Okay.
That's $270, and you're gonna buy food there, and all the food's pretty crappy there.
Right.
You're gonna eat that obnoxious turkey legs in line. I mean, I don't understand how theme parks always sell those big turkey legs. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
It's the most disgusting thing to watch somebody eat in line.
But I mean, like, look, you know what though? The sheer size of it though, it's like, it's a daunting task, and like it's gross. But yet, I just can't help but admire somebody that's taking that risk, that delicious risk.
I personally like it, and more importantly, I'm self-conscious of how disgusting I look eating it while waiting in line. Plus, I have a thing. I don't like making a mess as I eat, and there's impossible to eat that 2.5 pound turkey leg without making a mess. So like you're waiting in line, and it's usually, you know, Southern California or Central Florida, even worse, Central Florida with the humidity. It's hot. So you're waiting in line for like an hour, and you're just, I get that part because it takes a while to eat a turkey leg.
Right.
But man, you need all the napkins, and it's all over your face, all over your hands. And then like, so let's say you're watching someone eating that, they're like 6 people ahead of you, and then they get in the ride, like the booth that you're assigned to, and you're gonna be like, oh, that dude's hands are all oily, man. Like I don't know if I just think like that, but or that I'm abnormal, but that's how I think about it. I'm like, I better not be in that dude's seat because his hands are nasty. And I have to put my hands right over his oily hands 27 seconds after he exits the seat. I'm not okay with that. And you know they never clean those seats. You think Disneyland, you think any theme park, they're like, all right, time to clean the seats. They've never cleaned the seats. They let the sun do the cleaning. That's so gross to me.
I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Is it romantic to share a turkey leg, like eating on each side? Is that a thing? 2019? Sharing a turkey leg?
That's so gross.
I know, dude.
That's so gross.
So gross. Okay, so basically, it's pretty much like a small economy car payment to go to Disneyland.
Yeah. It's more than my lease on my car.
That's nuts. I can't imagine, like, okay, so I've got little kids, and so I can't imagine like families that have like what, 4
let's say
families of 4.
I didn't check the price on kids. I'm sure it's less, but even then, so it's $250 for you and your wife. The kiddos, I'd say it's half price, so $62.50 for each kid.
Right.
So you're throwing down $375 to just enter the park.
That makes me nauseous.
And then $20 for parking.
Yeah.
So you're at $395 just to enter the happiest place on earth. You know what you're not when you're paying that much?
Happy.
Exactly. You got me. You finished my sentence.
I did, man. That's awful. I'm actually glad I don't live in California for that. Although I still want to take my kids to Disneyland. And so
I get it. I mean, I get it. They also have like season passes.
Okay.
So I was looked at some of those, and they have one for Southern California folks like me.
Okay.
And it's not crazy expensive. It's $400 for the year.
That's worth it.
That's worth it, but I looked it out. I checked it out. I did some more investigation. I put my detective hat on, like Carmen San Diego style. I put my hat, I put my coat. I got that not the binoculars, but magnifying glass.
Okay.
Which I don't need because I just went to the DMV yesterday and I could read the signs really well. I actually can read them better now than when I was a kid because I asked the dude, I was like, hey, are these bigger? You increase the font on these? Because I can read them better than when I was a kiddo. It's like, no, they're exactly the same. And then I pointed out, hey, you know where we're at, this booth, the sign's closer than on the other side. Do you guys measure that? And he's like, I never thought of that before. And I was with my girlfriend. She's like, what are you doing? I have to take the test right before you say that. I was like, I'm just pointing out things I noticed. I've been in here for 2.5 hours. I'm observant. I can't just close my eyes for 2.5 hours. I mean, I could, but I'm not. So
they give you a sticker or something for like being able to read it better?
No, but I was able to read like across the DMV, like from 50 feet. I was like, man, I am like Benjamin Button. The older I get, the better I go.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
But it's $400 back on task, back on the duty of spending your money on the happiest place on earth. So it's $400 for the SoCal residency pass.
Okay.
But this includes no weekends, the whole year, no weekends. It includes some Fridays. I would say 8 to 10 Fridays a year. So 8 out of 52.
That's awful.
It's awful. So if you're working like a regular job, and Monday through Friday job, you're going to have to take a day off work. And that includes no holidays. That includes like no December, whatever holiday you're thinking of, and you ain't going there that day. It ain't included on the pass.
Interesting.
So you're going to have to take time off. So to maximize this $400, you got to go at least 4 times. Right. Yeah, that's how you're going to break even. And then there's the next level pass. There's one that's like 600. I forgot what that one's called. It wasn't that much better.
This is per person, right? This is like a family pack.
Per person. No, it's per individual. So there's one that's in the middle. Because there's one that's like I forgot what it's called, but it was $1,600. Yo, if
Oh.
you're spending $1,600 a year to go to Disneyland, I'm not your friend. I cannot respect you as a person.
Yeah, you just lose your friend card.
I'm like, you what? 1,600? You know, you can go fly anywhere in the world and spend like a few days there for that price.
Jeez.
And then come back and have like a real story, a real life event, something you can talk about with people. Like, I went to Disneyland. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I went 17 times this year. What? Because that's how many times you're going to have to go to break even.
Right.
That means you have to go like more than once a month. Easy to like get your value back.
And you have to miss work. You have to miss work, right?
You have to miss work. And then you're going to have, what are you going to do there? I mean, I know people who go to the movies.
Right.
Like go to the movies like 6 times a month. And I'm like, why? We got Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime. It's right there.
Right.
You're going to the movies. I'm on the membership rewards program. Like, are you? Are you on the I got no life program? Because that's how I see it.
You know, now thinking about it, I could see like the optimal age group for this, as far as price and all that sensitivity, is maybe like freshmen through seniors in high school. Like, because I mean they go to school and not all of them work, and if their parents have money and buy them passes, they can go as friends and carpool and kind of do that deal. Because I mean, like, I was thinking younger kids, but I'm like, I wouldn't just like let younger kids go to the park by themselves. But I mean, like, you know, you got your 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-ish year olds, you know what I mean? I think that pass could benefit them probably the most.
Yeah, but you're gonna pay for your kids. Like, Dad, can I get a pass that costs $800? Oh, what? You're gonna clean all the chores. You're gonna do all the chores. You're gonna clean all the dishes. You're gonna clean the gutters. You're gonna do all of that. I don't care if you're a girl. You're gonna get on the chimney. You're gonna clean the chimney. You're gonna do all of it.
I would give my kid an ultimatum. I'll be like, hey, listen here. We're taking a trip to Hawaii as a family this year, and you can come too if you want, but you can't come if you want to go to Disneyland this year, like with a pass. So you have to choose. I would let my kid choose.
No way. I would be like, you want to spend how much to go to the same spot how many times? Or do you want to have an actual memory you will remember? Because you won't remember the 7th time you went to Disney versus the 9th time. It's all going to blur together.
Yeah.
Like, you will remember going to Hawaii. That will be an event that will last with you forever.
I mean, okay, so for me, the only times I really want to go to Disneyland are when they do like Halloween stuff, and then when they do Christmas stuff. Like, I like to see the difference there.
So,
you know,
the middle package is $800, and that does not include any holidays as well.
Like the actual holiday, or like the duration of the month.
It doesn't include anything after December 15th.
Are you serious?
So the second half of December and the first few days of January, no dice. That's at least there's a $1,200 plan and a $1,600 plan. That includes most of the holidays on those two.
Huh.
So like all the light time, you know, the parade on the holidays, which is kind of cool. I ain't all hating on Disneyland.
Right.
I ain't saying Disneyland sucks. I'm saying it's incredibly overpriced. And it's only worth going once in every few months or few years, really, because it costs so damn much.
Okay. Let me say this then. Has there been a drop in attendance with the escalated prices?
I don't think I did not check that out.
Okay.
I don't know, but you know, Disneyland's got a lot of things, different avenues going on right now. I mean, they own a lot of. Now it's pretty well known now that they own ABC, they own ESPN,
and Marvel.
Yeah, they own a lot. They own Star Wars now. So they really expanded their ownership of entertainment, but now they're also going to be establishing their own streaming network.
Yeah, I heard about that. I did hear about that.
So they got a lot of hands, and I think it's going to be a big deal, especially with Netflix, because they're going to yank all their content on Netflix and put it on their own platform. So I honestly think the peak of Netflix, it's at its peak. 2019 is its apex.
Right.
So Netflix and chill will not be a term we use in 2022.
What do you think it's going to be? Disney and I don't know.
I don't know if the Netflix and chill is compatible with Disney movie. That's kind of gross, bro.
I mean, what if you're watching Marvel movies or Star Wars movies? I mean,
that's true. True.
You know?
You got your Cheeto fingers, you know, because I associate that kind of stuff being kind of nerdy. It's like, yo, you got your Cheeto fingers, a girl. Let me see those fingers. They ain't orange enough for me, girl. You ain't my type.
Get it? All right. So I think we've thoroughly exhausted the Disneyland topic. So now I'm interested to hear what you have to say about politicians and their vernacular.
Yeah, the vernacular, the diction that politicians have been using the last few years, and this is not a Democrat or Republican thing. This is across the board.
Right.
It's changed. I feel like society's become more sensitive with particular words. But politicians, you know, Donald Trump, he's been saying the S word all the time.
Sailor?
It's sailor. It's similar to things that go into the toilet.
Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla, splashes, splash mountain, combining the two topics we just spoke about.
Okay.
But he's been talking about that for a while. It's upset a lot of people with the term he uses.
Right.
And Beto O'Rourke, who's a Democrat, and the unfortunate shootings at El Paso, he's from El Paso. And the Walmart shooting, the press does what they do best now, which is kind of antagonize instead of reporting the news.
Right.
And they asked him kind of a loaded question. Okay. I considered it a loaded question. He lost his cool. This is off mic, but you know they're always recording. They didn't have the camera on him, but they were still recording. And they asked him, like, what do you think is going to change from here? And he just spoke to the victims' families. He was very emotional.
Right.
And he's just like, what the F do you think is going to happen? What kind of BS question did you just ask me? Huh. What kind of response were you looking at me to say? Is that I'm mad, I'm angry, and you asked me that kind of question? Huh. So it was severe profanity.
Wow.
Going down right there.
Okay, and then, so, like, do you think that it possibly has to do with, you know, our age? I mean, our age group ish. I mean, like, we're in what, the 30s, and I mean, I guess our age group maybe like early 40s, or just whatever in that group. You know, the people that kind of represent our demographic, or can I say demographic for our age? Yeah, I could say that.
Yeah.
They don't play by the old rules. You know, the old rules, like the politicians, everyone's nice, everyone plays well, and there's like a social etiquette. All of that's like out the window. And I do think too, I mean, Trump could be a vehicle for pushing that boundary, because I mean, he's not a politician, right? And so he doesn't know the song and dance, or maybe doesn't really give a rip. But I think that it's just caused other politicians, other people in politics to kind of just be like, all right, well, you know, if the president's really not being what we have known to be presidential, then we don't have to, you know, be that way too. And so I don't know.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Plus, it's also an easier way to relate to people.
Yeah.
You know, people use profanity. A lot of people use profanity in today's age, but I don't use it like that at work.
Right.
I can't be, I mean, there's some people I'm really cool with at work.
Right.
That I could, you know, drop particular words in front of, but I would never do that on stage in front of people. I do have to do some public speaking at my job.
Right.
I would never, I would drop some slang, but never like F-bomb, you know, those 7 words you're not supposed to say.
Well, yeah, because there's the dynamic of your job and, you know, how you're supposed to behave and present yourself and what you represent, that hasn't changed. You know, like the people in that space, no one's breaking the rules, no one's changing the mold, you know, as far as how you present yourself, you know.
I think it's a good catalyst, a good example of the difference. The example I'm giving of government versus the private sector.
Okay.
You got politicians, you know, the president's the head honcho.
Right.
He's dropping, you know, questionable words on the regular. He says GD quite regularly, which is a bad idea because a lot of his most loyal voters are conservative religious people. And that's the one word they take great offense to.
Right.
Because he's dropping God, you know what word that starts with a D after that. And he's said that a handful of times the last few months. So that's the one word that people are picking on him about. Why are you saying that word? So it's picky. It's like you could say particular words. It's not the word you use, it's how you use it.
Interesting.
So that's kind of how it is now. Like, I was watching a movie from 2005 or 6, Idiocracy. 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 It's a really dated movie. They go in the future, like in 2500, and everyone's really stupid in the movie. And they kept calling the main character the F word, which is a gay slur. You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because he talked really proper. And I was like, whoa, I've never seen that movie. I just saw it like 2 weeks ago. And just in 13 years, using that word is incredibly offensive. And they said it like 20 times in the movie.
Jeez.
And they were just like, F this, F that, you're such an F. And I was like, ew, I cannot be watching this loudly. Someone's going to break into my apartment and think I'm a hater. Right. So it's interesting to see how the society has changed regarding not words, but how it's used.
Right.
Because the F word is a great example of something that was acceptable 20 years ago, and it's not now. And the other F word that rhymes with luck is more acceptable now than it was 20 years ago. So it's interesting that I think it's interesting the words that we take offense to have changed. And oftentimes how it's used, not when it's used.
That's an interesting point.
And that's my story.
All right, so I guess moving on to the vegan burgers. I've been watching these little things, at least for the last few years, about people experimenting on different things and like burgers that are, you know, plant-based, and it was too expensive to actually like roll it out nationwide, and there have just been test areas or test whatevers, but it's finally here. You know, Carl's Jr., Burger King, they've got like Impossible Burgers or Beyond Burgers. Now, I don't remember which burger goes to which chain, but I mean, it's kind of an interesting concept because it's supposedly supposed to taste like beef. Like, you're not supposed to tell the difference.
So are these vegan, or are they like man-made burgers?
They are 100%, I believe, plant-based protein.
Okay.
That like they literally taste the plant, like protein bleeds in an essence, you know. So it's supposed to texturally feel like meat. It's supposed to taste like meat. But it's vegan. Like I don't know. Like I can't break up with beef. We've had such a long love story. I mean, I don't know if I could cheat on it, you know?
I'm willing to try it.
I would try it, but like I don't know if I can get into a committed relationship.
I'm not willing to spend a lot more money on it, which I'm guessing it costs more to do that.
No, it's cheaper right now. Okay, so like, right. So I think it's Carl's Jr. They have this like incentive where you get a medium drink, and like for $1 more, you can get a Beyond Burger just by buying a drink.
Okay, so it's comparable.
Yeah. So
I saw a sign for it at Burger King. It said the Impossible Burger, which everything at Burger King is impossible to eat because it's disgusting.
$6 Impossible Burger.
Burger King is the worst. How do they call themselves the king when they're the worst at burgers? Nonetheless,
I don't know. I kind of like Burger King's burger. Every once in a while, I want that charbroil taste.
No, you don't. You're a liar.
I do. No, I do. You know what? Maybe it's a bit of nostalgia. Okay, I had Burger King when I was a kid. Actually, my favorite burger at Burger King is like the rodeo burger. So they had like the barbecue sauce in it. They had like the 2 onion rings, and then the burger patty and bacon and the cheese.
No one enjoys that burger at Burger King.
I enjoy it. Rodeo. Okay, tangent here. Rodeo burger came out like when Small Soldiers came out in movie theaters. Remember that movie, Small Soldiers?
Is that the cartoon one?
That's the one where like they had that Major Chip Hazard guy. The toys are like coming to life, and
I think I remember. I think.
Well, anyway, I've got this like vivid memory of like them selling the toys there, and then like the Rodeo Burger came out, and so that whole era just goes together. But Rodeo Burger forever holds a special place in my heart, and I will always order a Rodeo Burger if it's available.
You know what I think about when I hear that burger?
What?
I think about microwaved onion rings. That's what they taste like to me.
No.
And then really soggy bacon strips because I gotta have my bacon crispy.
Okay, I don't remember how the bacon tastes like. It's been a minute since I've been to Burger King.
Because if I'm eating bacon, it's gotta be crispy. Are you a soggy bacon eater or a crispy bacon eater?
I don't know. I can go both ways, but it's like it's a fast food restaurant, so I mean, like,
you cannot go both ways on bacon. Okay. You can go both ways on lots of different things, but bacon is not one of those things.
What I'm saying is that there is a setting, right? So if I'm going to like Denny's or I'm going to a sit down place where it's really nice, my bacon better be crispy, okay?
Did you say really nice and Denny's?
Okay, I just feel like, okay, sit down. I'm trying to emphasize the sit down portion where you have to tip somebody to eat your food, okay? Or you have
I like somebody. Denny's, but really nice.
Okay, Denny's was something I was thinking of. I'm out in Oklahoma, okay? So, like, we've got other places that if I was to, like, mention them, you would be like, what's that place?
Gotcha, I got you. I mean, Denny's is a reliable 3 out of 5 stars. You know Denny's what you're getting at Denny's.
Okay, Denny's is not, like, the epitome. Okay, how about Corky's? Okay, Corky's is out in California, right?
Corky's is the worst.
Oh, I went to Corky's and I freaking like Corky's. Okay, you shut your mouth. You're a bad person.
Corky's tastes like I'm too lazy to make my own food. That's what Corky's tastes like.
No, I had a burger. I had a burrito there. It was freaking delicious. So
I would 100% go to Denny's over Corky's.
Okay. I digress. Let's come back to the point. My point is that if I go to a sit-down restaurant, I want my bacon crispy. I expect it to be made nice. But if I'm going to like Burger King or I'm going to a fast food place and it's not the epitome of crispiness, then I mean,
yeah, you're lowering your expectations.
But you know who has the crispiest bacon?
Huh?
Jersey Mike's. That sandwich place, Jersey Mike's.
Too.
They have the crispiest bacon. Okay, it's like, it's epically crispy.
It's incredible how different our taste buds are, because I hate that place too.
No, actually, Jersey Mike's is my favorite sandwich place.
Oh, speaking of sandwich places, we got to do our first ad.
Oh,
we got to do our first ad for Subway, home of the it's all right sandwich.
Subway, if you're listening, please throw your ads in our videos.
We will be casually excited to see your advertisement. We will be all right. I guess we'll read it. But if Denny's comes at us, dude, Denny's, I would be so ecstatic. I
will put Denny's moons over my hammy.
I would grand slam everyone in the face if Denny's gave us some advertisement, man.
I would Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity all around.
Bro, I would omelet everybody with a high five to the face.
I don't remember any other like breakfast puns from Denny's.
I would lumberjack slam everybody for Denny's advertisement. Is that
really one? Lumberjack slam? Is that really one?
I'm pretty sure that's one.
Is there like a Walls of Jericho? Is there a Walls of Jericho breakfast?
No. I go to Denny's I still go to Denny's once in a while.
Really?
I went to Denny's like a month ago because I was up in Big Bear, mountain area, and everything was slammed with tourists. Like it was like, hoity-toity people. Everything was a crazy long wait. We were camping and we wanted we wanted like a good meal and not wait 90 minutes, so we went to Denny's.
Huh.
It was all right. I mean, you know what you get it for at Denny's. The price is gonna be okay and the food's gonna be 3 out of 5 stars.
Okay, hold on.
You know what you sign up for at Denny's.
Yeah. Dude, we are on such a big tangent. Going back, we went on a bacon tangent to breakfast food, so we have to come all the way back to the burgers. We gotta finish this, but
all right.
Okay, here's my thing. So I heard this story of a guy ordering, like, I think it was Carl's Jr. He was just ordering a burger, and this like vegan person like behind him in line, he's ordering his food, and then like she like peers over and she's like, "Excuse me," and I'm giving her a lisp. Okay, that's my girl voice. She's like, "Excuse me, you should really be ordering that vegan burger, okay? Because that's available, and that's just you just be a better person if you do it that way." And I mean, like, I'm just thinking here, if I was that person that was being told that, first off, I'd finish my order. I'd turn around and I'd say, "Shim, ma'am, sir, I don't want to offend you, but if you want to buy my food, all you have to do is ask. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get upset about her telling me what to do, but I mean, like, hey, if you want to buy my food, I'm game. You can order me whatever you want. But if I'm buying my food, well, if I'm buying my food, I'm gonna buy what I want. But what would you do?
I would add an order of chicken nuggets, and then just be like, "Hey, can you hand me the chicken nuggets right there? I see them. Can you just hand them to me?" And he's like, okay. And I would put all 5 chicken nuggets in my mouth at the same time, and just be like,
excessive slow chew.
No, I would just all of them just be like, and I would talk as I was eating, so like chunks of chicken would hit her in the face and be like, "What? I can't hear you. I'm chewing so loud that your obnoxious, condescending voice, I can't hear it."
Well, Dan, this was fun, but I think we've talked on long enough. I think it's a bit. We went a little long today.
How long?
We're sitting at 31 minutes.
All right, sounds good. But just to recap, Disneyland's expensive. Politicians like to curse, and your favorite fast food joints are now dropping vegan options.
Huh. So, guys, for those that are tuning on YouTube, now I'm not sure, Dan, on how they work on Podbean, if they can leave comments or anything, but I don't know if we have an official email yet. Or I think we do. randomroast@gmail.com. Or is it real random roast? I forget what it was, but
no, it wasn't that simple. I think it was random roast questions, right?
Okay, now I don't know, and I'm on the spot, so I feel weird about it. And let's work on that for the next episode.
Look at the bottom. Look at the, open the arrow and expand. All our info will be there.
But, okay, this is what I want to say. So, in the comment section on YouTube, if you're watching or listening on YouTube, leave a comment for us, leave a like, and let us know what topics you want us to cover and what's interesting, what could be funny. I mean, this is a roast channel. We're roasting things that, are going on in today's world that could be kind of ridiculous, and we want to talk about that stuff. Or, if you want to shoot us an email, the email should be below. I'm not sure how they can do it on Podbean, but
wherever you listen to your podcast, we will be there soon. Got to set up the RSS feed. You know how iTunes, Apple, they work their own time. We'll get up there quickly as soon as possible.
Sweet.
Before you go, be patient.
Yeah, but guys, I appreciate you guys listening. I know Dan appreciates you guys listening.
Nope, not a bit.
Okay, actually,
unappreciated,
guys,
Dan.
We hate you guys, and we don't want you to listen anymore.
We want to roast you. We're going to roast you.
But we do look forward to you listening next time.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I love you. I love all of you. I'm going to give all of you a hug. Just like I hugged myself at the beginning of this podcast, I'm hugging all of you at the end.
Dan, we went full circle.
It's what I do best.
All right, guys. So tune in next time, but we appreciate you guys.
Take care.